Here we are in Queen Creek Olive Mill in Queen Creek, Arizona. Did you know that's why I used to go to work and nobody's perfect in 2014 through 2019. Ready, Freddy. As you can tell, it's at 105 degrees. This is a shelter. This is a shelter room. Ooh, look at this. This is a moment of truth. Look how gorgeous day in Queen Creek. Queen Creek opened. Queen Creek Olive Mill opened in 2005. Look. See this in the NFL Network. That's okay. Oh, let me pause the camera. Look up there. You can see the Union Pacific Railroad. See? Oh, look at this. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? Look at this. They're nice and decorated. Let's see. Ooh. I had to go new for it. I don't want to get a copyright strike. The seat of the Queen Creek Olive Mill is back in. There's the olive branch. You can see the both cords. See? See all the picnics. An outdoor kitchen. Isn't that a view? All right. You see the fog in the area. You see? Do not lie or adjust. Ask a manager for assistance. Oh, this is olive oil, number 101. Look at all these food court area. Wow! Look at this, look at the lions in there. This is a cold. All right, let's do this.
Go that way.
See this Queen Creek Olive Mill?
All right, welcome everybody. Is it anybody's first time here at the Olive Mill today?
Yes.
Welcome. This will be very fun, very informative for you all. My name is Carson. If you guys have any questions throughout the tour, feel free to just raise your hand or shout them out, and I'll answer them right away. We're only going to spend a few minutes outside. We'll talk about the history of this place, what we do here, how it came to be. Then we'll go inside the milling room, and we'll look at the machine that presses the olives into extra virgin olive oil, do some taste testings of different oils and balsamic vinegars, and learn the differences between extra virgin, virgin, and regular olive oil. It's going to be a good time. But again, my name is Carson. If you guys have any questions, feel free to raise your hand, shout them out, and I'll answer. So the story of the Queen Creek Olive Mill starts in the mid-90s when our owners Perry and his wife Brenda took a trip from Detroit, Michigan down to Scottsdale, Arizona. They were just on vacation and they noticed all these olive trees growing, but nobody was taking care of them. The olives were thriving on the trees, but they were falling off and nobody was picking them up. So this led them to do research. They found out that Arizona sits very similar on the equator as Italy, Greece, Spain, Turkey, all those Mediterranean regions that are known for their olive trees. And so it's one of the best places in the world to grow olive trees here in Arizona. So they decided in 1997 to sell their automotive parts and manufacturing company they had in Detroit, moved down here to Queen Creek, bought 100 acres and planted about 1,000 olive trees to start their journey. Does take about 3 to 5 years from when you plant the olive tree to when they actually start producing olives. So we weren't able to open our business to the public until 2005, but every year since then we have been producing extra virgin quality grade olive oil only here. We only make extra virgin olive oil, and it's the highest quality grading of olive oil there is. And we do have two different types of olive trees here. The first are the traditional style trees. These are the trees around us right now. So they are multiple trunks, branches towards the top of the tree, spread 20 feet apart from one another. We can fit 100 per acre, and to harvest these, we'll lay tarps under the trees, and we'll use these vibrating hand rakes to shake the olives off the tree. They'll fall onto the tarp, and we'll gather them up, send them back to the mill. Very labor intensive though. It takes about 1 hour to harvest one of these trees. So we prefer to harvest our other styles, our medium density style trees. I'll take you all by a sample row of those medium densities before we head inside, so we'll get a look at those. But they are a little bit different. They are one trunk, branches top to bottom of the tree, 5 feet apart. We can fit 460 per acre. To harvest the medium density style trees, we'll use a big machine called the mechanical harvester. It's gonna drive through, shake, and collect the olives off the tree. And it can harvest an entire row in just 5 minutes. So significantly faster to harvest the traditional styles than these medium density styles. But we still like having our medium density style, or our traditionals out here because they look nice. And they used to give us some shade, but I guess they trimmed them down. And how we plant those traditionals, we'll just take the straightest trunk from or how we plant the medium densities, we'll just take off the straightest trunk from one of these traditionals, we'll chop it off, submerge it in water so it grows roots, then we plant them as the medium density trees. So same exact tree, just two different ways of planting them. We do follow an annual life cycle with our trees. So January, we'll prune them, we'll get rid of dead branches and overgrowth. In April, that's when the trees start to blossom. Each blossom has the potential of becoming an olive, and we'll have 500 million blossoms on the property at this time. We will lose about 96% of those blossoms because they fly away in the wind really easily, but it's okay. Those 4% that stay are more than enough to cover for the harvest, just how nature intended. So those blossoms, they'll set olives around May, then they grow all summer until they're ready to be harvested anytime around late fall. So last year we harvested middle of December. Sometimes it is in November and October. Depends on how much rain we get throughout the monsoon season to help ripen those olives. And we will get to go inside and look at the machine here in a second. But before we go inside and look at the new technology, I want to talk a little bit about the older technology. So this right here in front of us is the old red stone mill. This machine was sent from Calabria, Italy, and it was used to make olive oil there 100 years ago, back in 1925. So it's motor operated. A motor would turn these stones in the middle. Olives would be thrown in. The entire olive would be crushed into a paste. That paste would then be pressed between woven mats to separate the liquids and the solids, and they'd press their oil that way. We do it a little differently here, but we still use the entire olive in the process, the skin, the meat, and the pit. Very important to crush the pit of the olive while pressing olive oil, because olives are very bitter straight off the tree. They are not very good. If anyone likes to try one today, go for it. It will probably be your last time eating one. They are very bitter straight off the tree. So how olive oil gets its flavor is from that center seed getting cracked open. It will give off a nutty, buttery, smooth flavor that offsets the bitterness of the olive and gives the olive oil the flavor that it's known for. So very important that the entire olive is crushed in the process. Are there any questions so far before we stop by some trees and head on inside? You have a question?
When it comes to cutting off branches and planting them, do you use the grafting technique, or how does it work?
Do we? Yes, so when it comes to transplanting these trees, grafting into new ones, we'll...
Can you, do you have, I know some olive trees have little suckers that go from the bottom. What do you do with those?
We'll get rid of them. So if we don't get rid of them, then they'll start to cloud this area, and they'll start growing kind of olive trees in places that we don't want to have olive trees grow. So
Okay.
they don't grow, yep, and they don't grow from the seeds. It's only from the wood. So they'll grow from the twigs that fall.
Okay.
But we'll get rid of all the ones that do start sprouting.
Okay.
Alrighty, well you guys can follow me. We're gonna stop by some medium density trees for a couple minutes, and then I'll take you guys inside the milling room. We got some AC in there.
Okay.
Branches top to bottom, a lot closer together. The machine will just drive through, harvest a whole row in 5 minutes. We are really lucky, it's very flat here in Arizona, because other places of the world like Italy, Greece, and Spain, they have a lot of hills. So they usually utilize the traditional styles, compared to these medium densities because the machine wouldn't be able to smoothly drive over them. So most of the world, they still just hand harvest their olive trees. But we're lucky we can utilize these medium densities. And if you look closely, you'll start to see some olives. We have some setting. These guys are the Spanish variety, the Arbequina olive. Pretty small, doesn't get much bigger than this. It'll get about penny or dime sized. And it depends on the variety. Each variety will have a different size, color, and flavor to it. We have 16 different varieties here. There are over 500 varieties of olives total, but we have 16 all picked by our owner Perry based on their oleic content or amount of olive oil inside of them. So compared to other varieties, they just have more oil in them. Makes more sense to press the ones that will give you more oil. And I'll take some guesses here for my fun fact of the day before we head inside. How long do we think one of these olive trees can live and continue to produce olives for fresh olive oil? And any guesses? You can shout them out.
100 years.
100, okay.
That's what I was gonna say.
100, all right.
I say
3,000, is that what that one? Okay. 50, all right.
about 200.
200, 300, all right. It is Price is Right rules. Whoever's closest, I'll let you eat an olive. But no, it will surprise you. The oldest trees are found in Lebanon, and they have been carbon dated to be over 7,000 years old. So these trees are very durable. They don't need a whole lot of water. They just need a glass of water a week to survive. So they're very drought tolerant. We do irrigate here. We have a big irrigation pond in our grove, and we have micro sprinklers that run out to the trees. Put a little bit of water on the ground every couple weeks, but they do not need a lot of maintenance. If you don't take care of an olive tree, if you neglect it, pretty cool. Are there any questions before we head inside to the milling room? We all doing okay?
Yeah.
Awesome. You guys can follow me. We'll head on inside of the milling room
I have
here.
a question.
Oh, yeah.
The truck that comes by and takes the olives, I would like to see what it looks like.
Oh, yeah. So we have we will see a video inside of the harvesting and everything. But if you guys wanted to take a look at the big harvester machine after class, you can go around this corner, keep walking down that exit path, and you'll see the big machine that'll go harvest them. Yeah.
Cool, awesome.
Yeah.
You said there were 16 different olives?
For our farm
For your-
varieties.
So how do you get the variation of each 16? 'Cause
It's
I'm assuming this is one harvest.
Yeah, it'll kind of be like a row of all Arbequina, and then a row, kind of like apples. You got your Honeycrisp,
Gotcha.
you know.
So you'd have to go out
Yep.
in the field.
Yep, and then it's all kind of by rows. They're kind of
Gotcha.
separated.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. Makes sense. Thank you.
I'm gonna stop that.
All right, welcome in everybody. This right here is the only olive milling room that we have. So all the olive oil that we make is made in this room. Behind you guys to your left, that's our old machine that we used back in 2005. It can press about 250 pounds of olives per hour. Since 2005, we started creating partnerships with other olive farms in the area. So we'll go harvest their olives, press them here. So we had to upgrade to the Olive Max 33. Crazy name, but this machine was shipped in from Turkey. It could press 2.5 tons of olives per hour, so a lot more. They tell me that 1 ton of olives will give you about 20 to 40 gallons of olive oil. Depends on how ripe they are and how big the olive is. So the bigger the olive, the more ripe, the more oil you'll get pressed out of it. But we will watch this video. We will see our owner, Perry, and his son, John, who's the president of the company. And they are going to be talking about, it's a new video, so I watched it for the first time this morning. Very in-depth, they go over the production and everything. So it's about 7 minutes long, and then I'm gonna get it started here, and then I'll break it down afterwards too. All right, yeah. I usually do this at the end, so it's a new video. Are there any questions on the video so far?
I was just wondering, is there any other grocery stores that sell this kind of product besides here?
Yes, so are there any grocery stores that sell our product?
Yeah.
We distribute to grocery stores in Arizona, so you'll find us in local Sprouts, Fry's, AJ's. Very limited though. It might only be a couple of it might be the balanced harvest. I'll go over the harvest here too. And maybe the lemon flavor. So it'll be very limited, but we do distribute to local grocery stores. I recommend though ordering online. I'll give you guys these pamphlets at the end that have our shipping information.
$9.50 flat shipping fee, and will ship anywhere in the U.S. So that's most of our distribution. But we do have a limited amount that go to grocery stores too. Question over here?
Yeah, so how long does it take an olive to grow on the tree?
How long does it take an olive to grow on the tree? So once you plant the tree, it'll take about 3 to 5 years until they start to grow. But once they are grown, then when you harvest, they'll set again next year. So it'll be it'll grow annually from once they start growing.
I see.
And very important that this whole process happens quickly and efficiently. As soon as you take the olive off the tree, the acidity level will start to rise and the quality of the oil goes down. So you want to get that olive pressed for oil as soon as you take it off the tree. You also don't want anything going wrong in the process to give it a defect. So a defect could be dirt being crushed in, could be fungus or mold on the olives, could be the olive fly laying an egg in the olive. Anything that can go wrong is a defect in the oil. So very important that it is pressed within 24 hours of harvesting and that there are no defects in it as well. So the olives, they're washed outside, they're brought in, cracked open in the top knobs of the machine, go down below into those 4 chambers. Spiral blades will malax them into that paste. That paste is sent over to the centrifuge, which will spin that paste really fast. The centrifugal force will push all the oil to the outside, leaving the paste in the center called pomace. And that pomace, that byproduct, since it's all organic material, we'll recycle it and we'll use it as fertilizer for the tree. For the trees, so everything does get recycled during this process. The oil then travels up the green where it's sent to the separator where it is mixed with water. Now oil and water will not mix, they will separate, but if there's any organic material that might have snuck past the centrifuge, that's going to be attracted to the water and be filtered out from the oil. The oil is then dispensed into these stainless steel decanters where it's protected from light, heat, and oxygen and stored in our red barn in the parking lot. And once it is stored, it can be bottled at any time. It's from when you first bottle it, where it is first exposed to oxygen, then it starts to age. So you have about 12 to 15 months from the bottling date until your oil goes bad. We have bottling dates on all of our bottles. I'll see if they haven't rubbed off on these guys. They like to come off on some of these. So this guy says 25056. So that's the bottling date. It's the Julian calendar, which means the first 2 digits are the year, the last 3 digits are the day of that year. So this was bottled on the 56th day of 2025. So it's a little complicated. You got to figure out how many months that is. So okay, in a dark glass bottle, that's going to protect it from harmful UV rays from the sun. Keep it away from heat, so not next to your stovetop, not in the sunlight. That heat is the biggest enemy of your olive oil. It's going to make it go bad quickly. And also we recommend to store it somewhere cool. So like in your pantry, you could store it in the refrigerator too. It will solidify, but leave it on the counter for about 15 minutes and it'll go back to normal. But if you live in Arizona and you leave for the summertime, we do recommend keep it in the fridge to keep it cool. And we also recommend not exceeding temperatures above 400 degrees Fahrenheit while cooking with extra virgin olive oil to maintain all those healthy nutrients and not burn those out. So extra virgin olive oil is super healthy for you because of a chemical in it called polyphenols. Polyphenols are an antioxidant, anti-inflammatory, great for the immune system, low blood pressure, cholesterol levels, it's good for diabetes, it's good for cardiovascular health. There's a whole bunch of health benefits to it, and doctors actually recommend taking a tablespoon in the morning and at night of extra virgin olive oil just for the health benefits of those polyphenols. Now you don't have to do a straight shot of it every day. You could dip your bread with it, or drizzle it on a salad or on meats and vegetables. Cook your meats and vegetables with it. You're getting your polyphenols that way too. But I do want to talk about the differences between extra virgin, virgin, and regular olive oil. So extra virgin olive oil is classified as having an acidity level that's no higher than 0.8%. So you take the olive off the tree, time passes, that acidity level rises, so that olive must be above 0.8%. It also isn't allowed to have any defects in it, so nothing can go wrong. So you take a fresh olive, press it quickly, nothing goes wrong, you get the best oil, which is extra virgin olive oil. Now virgin olive oil is classified as having an acidity level no higher than 2%, so maybe they waited 2 to 3 days from harvesting to press it, and it can have up to 2 defects in it. So they're letting this one slide a little bit. It's not necessarily bad for you. It's still okay for you, but it's just not nearly as healthy for you as extra virgin is. And now let's say you take an olive that's been on the ground for over a month. It's all shriveled up and moldy. If you press that moldy olive the same exact way, you get an oil that is now flammable, smells terrible, and it's inedible. It's also known as lamponte oil, otherwise known as lamp oil, used for lighting back in the day because of its flammability. But farmers found olive oil to take in the morning and at night for the health benefits. I recommend this one because it is technically highest in those polyphenols, not by a whole lot, but they tell me it's 300 to 400 milligrams per kilogram of polyphenols. So not a big difference, but this one technically is the healthiest out of the three. And it's better for more savory dishes like marinating meats and sauteing vegetables, but you could use any of these oils. However, that's just my preference for this flavor. And so we have the robust, which is very peppery. Then we have the balanced, which is a mixture of the green and the purple ripened olives. When these are pressed together, the oil is very grassy in flavor. Still very peppery from the bright green underripe olives, but not as much as the robust. And it's very balanced between the two flavors, so hence the name. So this one is a great everyday oil. If you don't know which one to get, I recommend this one because it's very versatile. You can use it for practically everything. And it's got a little bit of both in there, very balanced, but very grassy. Then the last one we'll do is the delicate. Only the dark purple overripe olives. When these are pressed, the oil's very buttery, very smooth. Getting a little bit of pepper from the polyphenols, but it's the most subtle out of the three. And this one is better for baking. It's because you could use it as a butter. 1 cup of butter is 3/4 cup of this oil. When you bake, you can use it as a butter substitute. Also really good as a drizzle on fish, steak, great on a fruit salad. Just very light, very smooth, very buttery. So we've got buttery delicate, we've got grassy balanced, and then we've got peppery robust. We are gonna do some taste testing today, and it will be a test because I'm gonna give you guys one of these and you're not gonna know which one it is. You guys gotta guess. And I'm gonna come around with these. When you get them, don't drink them right away because we'll do it together. And I wanna show you guys how the olive oil sommeliers sample their olive oil so they know that it's extra virgin quality. When you get your oil, you can hold the cup in your palm and rub it around. It's gonna heat up the oil and activate the polyphenols in it, make it a little easier to smell and to taste.
Looks good.
Chili we work with as well, so we're able to produce olive oil all year. We do have some other oils though, where we isolate where the olives come from. This one is the Arizona extra virgin olive oil. The balanced harvest, so very similar to the one we just tried, except because of the different varieties, it tastes like the leaves, or this one tastes like artichokes and bananas, I believe. So this one, or no, artichokes and tomatoes. I took the summer off from doing the tour, so. But artichokes and tomatoes for this one. Balanced harvest, great everyday oil. And then the last one here is the estate oil. This one is only olives from this farm. Specifically the 2 varieties, the Korniki and the Arbesana olives. And this one tastes like the leaves on a tomato and green almonds. So it's very herbaceous, very smooth. They're up here available after class if you want to sample this one, you can. And this one's my personal favorite. Apart from these plain flavored oils, we have a lot of fun flavors as well. And how we get our flavored oils is we use something called the blend technique. So, for example, to make the dark chocolate olive oil, we'll just mix together cocoa oil with extra virgin olive oil, so we'll just blend the two. Same goes for all the other oils like the lemon, roasted garlic. The only one that we don't use the blend technique is the crushed jalapeno flavor. We'll actually throw jalapenos in with the olives. Have raw products and the treatment that what they treat. And then don't forget your diploma. You guys have officially graduated Olive Oil 101. Congratulations. Yes. This will cover what we talked about today. It'll have that banner in there, some storage recommendations, and some positive and negative sensory attributes to look out for in your olive oil. On the back, you will find some more fun facts about extra virgin olive oil. And at the bottom, you'll find our shipping information. $9.50 flat shipping fee. Doesn't matter how much you buy, it'll be $9.50 to ship. And we'll ship anywhere in the U.S. I think that's all I had for you guys today. Did you guys have any more questions for me? Do you have a question?
Yeah, I was just reading, it says here, grows are pesticide free. Does that make them also like organic?
So, yes, so we are technically pesticide free here. Because there are neighbor farms that use pesticides, we can't be labeled organic, so it's kind of this gray area where we are, but we can't be labeled. But because the only enemy of the olive tree is the olive fly might lay an egg in the olive, contaminating it. They can't. I'll take care of it. But thank you guys, and I hope you have a great day today.
You too.
Thank you.
Throw away all this water.
Thank you for the tour.
You got it?
Yes.
Do you want to eat first and then you can walk around and tour everything else?
Yes. Okay.
Does anybody, you guys are standing in the way. If you're not gonna try anything, I'm gonna ask that you step back here to the side.
Right.
Go ahead.
Sam, are you trying anything?
I have a lunchbox.
Come step back here for me. Thank
Over
you.
here first.
Let me go ahead and stop the camera. Seasoners. There's an infusion coffee and tea established in 1999. And near the new Sound City area. Look at this. See this? This is an olive spa area. This is that's where Spain, Italy, Greece, and Queen Creek. Look at it on the main lobby. Look at all this pizzas. I'm just looking around. Think so.
No worries, just let me know if you need anything.
Look at all this stuff. Look at all this stuff. Look at this olive ice cream.
Tastes good.
This is salad stuff. This is the main lobby. This is a DoorDash. Taste. This is an extra virgin olive oil. Ooh, look at that olive oil 101. Learn more about olive oil today.
I learned, but I didn't know.
And thank you for,
Some olive oil is bad for you.
again, We hope you enjoy your on the trip to Queen Creek Olive Mill in Queen Creek, Arizona. For more great outings, visit your local library. If you like details for this is I'll see you next time. Bye bye, everybody.
Here,
I don't know if he's in between Korea, but
you see it's coming up, right?
yeah, it is coming up.
Next week.